Alright, welcome back to part 4 in the tutorial series. Today we're going to discuss supply lines. And essentially what I mean by that is when you require different ingredients for different products to be produced at your various businesses, it's often more efficient to have your own supply line than it is to wait for the NPCs to either sell to you or sell to the market. Now, one way you can do things, if you really want to, is you can send your cart anywhere on the map. If it's an upgraded horse cart and you have it selected, and you can select this option to request resources, you can turn it on, and you've got 8 checkboxes here that you can put various different things on, and what that'll do is it'll make this cart inaccessible to you for the duration that the request resources option is on, but it'll set up a shop here that the AI NPCs can sell directly to you instead of to the market. And once this cart is full, it'll automatically return to the business to which it belongs. Or you can just turn it off by selecting it and send it back. Now that's one way that you can get the supplies that you need. However, I've found that it is quite slow a lot of times. So the best option for me most of the time, and probably a lot of you, would be to build your own supply lines. So let's take a look at what this ale house that I bought requires for certain products. So if we wanted to make soup, we need 2 meat, 2 milk, and 3 vegetables. Well, that means that we need a corral to produce the meat and the milk, and we also need a field that produces vegetables. So for this video, I've purchased a corral and 2 fields. So over here we have a corral. Let's go ahead and max out our workers here. We don't need woodcutters. Another crime. Wow, another crime. No one cares. Alright, don't need miners because whatever. Alright, so in this, and mind you again, I've already gone through the upgrade path on this building. Oh, I missed one. But to get meat, I found the most efficient way to do meat is with pigs. And the reason is because you get this big old meat leg here that if you own a butcher or an NPC owns a butcher, you can turn these into both edible meat and into bone charms. And let's see, go talk about the bone charms real quick. The bone charms are really good because they increase a random skill, and the NPCs, the AI, loves bone charms. Now you can produce meat with the small carcasses like ducks. You'll probably, if you do small carcasses, you'll produce meat faster, but you get 2 products out of this one if you own a butcher. All right, so and what this does, this sets it so this pen area now has pigs. Now if I change that to ducks, see it changes to ducks. Change it back to pigs. Very good. And now that we've changed it, we can tell our dudes to start working on getting pig hiding carcasses. And once they've produced one of these, you can take it over to, did I get a butcher? I did. You can take it over to a butcher. And once the butcher has them, see it says here what needs 1 carcass to make a meat and bone charm. It'll make an edible meat and a bone charm. The bone charms you can sell in your trading post, or you can sell them to the marketplace, or you can export them. But then you'll get the meat, and that's one of the ingredients you need for the soup. And then I think it also, what did it say? It needed also milk and vegetables. Yes. Alright, so to get the milk, you'll need a second corral. And you can put as many employees on it as you want. But you'll get a second corral, and you'll set this option to milk. And then you can tell your employee to get milk, and then you can send your milk directly to your ale house as one of the ingredients. And then the last one was vegetables, which you'll need a field to get. I did not go through the upgrades on this one. Give me just a sec. We'll just get a couple real quick. Just make this into a horse cart. Now on the field here, you can select vegetables. Now this one gets tricky. You'll want multiple fields for multiple different things, and the reason for that is, first of all, you can only set one production per field at a time. Now, vegetables grow in the colder seasons, and fruits grow in the warmer seasons. And fruits is one of the ingredients you'll need to make ale or mead or wine. Although fruit is edible on its own, you can have your main characters or the NPCs can just eat fruits on their own, which oftentimes they do, because most of the people that live on this map are quite poor, and fruits and vegetables are cheaper than alehouse products or bakehouse products. So there will be a bit of there is almost always going to be a bit of a supply crunch when it comes to meat and or vegetables and fruit, and even meat. Which again is why it's probably best to build your own supply chain, and this is what I mean by the supply chain. So we could set this one to fruits. Now, only one of these fields is going to produce anything, as long as it's in the right season. So for so for 2 out of the 4 seasons, one of these fields won't produce anything, unless you alternate back and forth between fruits and vegetables, which I don't like to do because it takes time and workers to replant the fields, and you lose a large part of your growing season doing that. So you end up more often than not with less time to produce anything than you would if you just left the field set to that one product. So having 2 or more fields is often preferable, especially if you're running an alehouse that needs vegetables for soups and fruits for alcoholic beverages, which I like to produce all of if I can. But again, you can set these to automatic. You can set automation to these, and they will automatically feed whatever they produce into your other businesses that require them, such as your alehouse, which you can also automate if they have the supplies from the other businesses, they will produce and sell as normal. So in theory, you could have a completely automatic business setup and just walk away from the game. You could do that, and it would be profitable. However, I feel like it takes away from the game when you play it like that. So, this has been a lesson in automation and supply lines. I'll see you guys next time.